You want to go first, or should I go first?
You can go first if you want to, yeah.
Welcome to episode 6 of Bricktalk, everybody. It's been a busy week, and an even busier weekend because of all the rescheduling, and I've had fun while doing my own thing, and Owen's been enjoying uh, putting together his mock. I'm finally done with the Arctic train, and so now need to find my next Lego set to build on camera, but I'm not building on camera right now, so we're going to talk. And something that I think would be good to talk about on this episode 6 would be to ask the question of people, are they bored of Lego? Because the both of us have gone through our own trials and tribulations when managing our Lego collections. And as we mentioned on episode 5, there is such a thing as having too much of a good thing, and sometimes we feel bad about ourselves when we're surrounded by what we all like, which is Lego. I'm swimming in Lego, and I don't always feel the greatest about my collection. And Owen recently did an overhaul of his setup.
Yep. I've just changed my setup around. If you want to see the tour, you can check out episode 5 of Bricktalk, which is on both of our channels. Um, so yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'll get the ball rolling by saying um, I like to schedule a lot of stuff around social media and Lego, and a part of that scheduling means I have to carefully plan out how much time I can allow to do stuff on social media, and when I have a window of opportunity to build a mock that I want to share on social media. And what I realized this year in how I've grown my Lego collection and documented it on social media is that I really like to build sets on camera, and I really like to build mocks off camera. I enjoy the building of the mocks more than sets, but
Yeah.
I like to build sets in between my mocks for a little bit of a break, because when you're sorting Lego to try to manage your inventory of pieces, and it's very easy when you're a mock builder to hit a roadblock if you don't have the right pieces.
Yeah. This is a part of a mine that I am working on right now. As you can see, railway tracks, like mine tracks, sorry. This is the cave entrance. This is the back. So I'm using mills for this, so I can clip them all together. Um, which is going to be, it's not going to be in my alien conquest city. It's in the planet, sorry. This is going to be something totally different that I'm just working on right now.
Yeah, so Owen and I were talking yesterday about how we think that um, diversifying the types of mocks that we build helps keep the Lego hobby more interesting and fun, because I have run into roadblocks with not having the right pieces in my collection, and so I use the pieces that I do have to try to make something that looks fun. And sorting your Lego helps you to realize what Lego pieces you have in your inventory, which is why I know certain types of pieces that, hey, when I go to the pab wall, I know to stockpile on X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And it gets to the point where sometimes you can have too much of pieces that you really like, and so you have to plan how to store it, and you have to make sure you have enough storage capacity for your bricks. And there's ways of investing in how you manage your collection properly, and all the jobs that you have to do to manage your collection. Sometimes it takes away some of the fun from the hobby, and it can make the process more boring than what it otherwise will be, because for especially the mock builders, there's a lot of stuff you have to do on the front end before you can actually finish the mock on the back end. I know that Owen has his own process, and I have my own process, and honestly, a lot of that process can get really boring.
Yeah, Jay's edit says congrats on 1K mail, and then Liam Bricked the Bed said hi there.
Hello, hello everybody. Yes, thank you for everyone congratulating me. I couldn't have done it without you guys. And so I don't know how bored you get from time to time, but sometimes I go into the rooms that have Lego, and I'm just not happy with what I'm staring at.
To be fair, I'm like that with a lot of the things I build. So it's there for a month, 2 months, right? And then I just want to start again because I know I can do better, you know?
Well, I think that's one of the good things about being a city builder is it's so easy to change a couple things within a city where you make gradual tweaks over time, and when you make those gradual tweaks for the better, you enjoy it more compared to following a plan which may not be the most fun, because all the reward for your good planning is at the back end. Sometimes to motivate ourselves, we need to make changes to the plan. And I know that as a city builder, I've gone through the stuff that I put into my city, and I thought, you know what, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with this. If I rebuild this, I might like it more than what I otherwise would.
Yeah. Um, like going back to getting bored of Lego, it's not the fact I'm bored of Lego in particular. It's the fact for me personally, I'm doing something too much, like sorting, and I'm getting bored of it.
Yeah,
Um, because it needs doing. Because if it doesn't get done, it's never going to get done. You know what I mean? And it's just going to
yeah.
be sat there piling up. Um, but I don't know how to store my Lego properly. I mean, I know I've got like all of it, but like pieces like this, like slope tiles and stuff, I don't know how to sort all those out. You know?
Yeah, and that's quite a boring thing to have to think about, is how you want to store your pieces. Mm.
Ooh, we got silent mode in the house. Good morning, silent.
Good
So,
morning.
yeah, good morning, man. Hope you're well.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the 1,000 subscribers. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, and so like, yeah, there is a lot of there's a lot of boring processes managing a collection, and I'm starting to see more YouTube videos with the sentiment that sorting is a necessary evil. I literally saw someone title their Lego video "Sorting is a necessary evil."
Yeah, I mean, once my sorting is finished, I was planning on making a video on sorting. Um, like, if people don't want to be sat through 2 hours every stream, if I start making videos and they're interested in my content, I could possibly do stuff like that. Reviews of things like sorting, building techniques, um, maybe going through some leaks from Ninjago and stuff like that. All that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
Liam Brick the Bed says, totally Owen, sorting Lego gets pretty boring, but it's got to be done. Yes, absolutely. Because if
exactly.
it doesn't get done, it's just going to be sat there piling up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why it's unnecessary evil. Because no one likes sorting; it just has to be done, and it's not a glamorous process. It's just routine, and without that routine, a Lego collection goes all out of whack, and you don't know where things are. And if you don't know where things are, then you're gonna you're not gonna be as good of a builder, and that's why I don't like sorting at all. But there will be
Yeah,
times of the year where I'm like, you know what, this I've got this time I've got this time frame where there's not a lot going on. Why don't I try to allocate some time to do some sorting? And that's what I did in December of last year. But I tried to make it less boring on myself by sorting Lego when I was watching the World Darts Championship and having some entertainment on in the background was able it it helped me get through a rather boring thing, which is sorting Lego.
yeah. Sometimes I do it when I want to relax because it's boring, right? So something boring is going to make me tired. So I'm using that to help me sleep. For when I'm too wide awake, I'll sort, get bored, find out that there's nothing else to do, then I'll go to sleep, you know?
Yeah, because there's counting sheep and then there's sorting Lego.
I don't really want to be counting sheep. I'm not a shepherd.
Yeah, and yeah, because like even even just setting up a studio to get yourself into a position to have to do maintenance with your collection is boring, but you got to do it if you want to maximize the efficiency of organizing stuff in your collection, and if you want to document it on social media, then you have to go
Yeah,
through the extra process to make sure that you have spots to put your camera down and to record everything and to make sure that you can easily access uh, places where you want to put stuff. And it's
yeah,
just a very boring thing to do, but like sorting, it's a necessary evil.
yeah. So this is all the bulk. I still have yet to sort, which I am getting double of this, possibly in the next couple of weeks, because I bought um, £20 of Lego from X Rocks, which is another YouTube Lego YouTuber. If you don't know who that is,
Yeah,
um, so what I'm planning on doing is buying as much fucking Lego as possible, so I can become a Lego influencer.
stockpile the inventory. Yeah, there's a lot of ways people entertain themselves to go through a boring process.
And one day I'm gonna plan on making my own sets, right? With instructions, using Studio and stuff like that, you know? And possibly selling those instructions as well as the pieces to go alongside it.
Which is what some people have done within the Lego community. to the point where not only do they sell the instructions separately, but sometimes they have commissioned people to put together their own sets. And what often happens with those types of sets is because they're a small operation and they're not working with the economy of scale. That's where you have to have a really dedicated customer base who wants to buy it for it to mean for it to amount to anything, which is why some people contact other people on social media saying, "Hey, I'm putting together this set to sell. Would you be interested?" And that's what happened with Owen and I yesterday when someone came in our chat and that person sent me a DM on Twitter X, and now I'm going to consider my options.
I mean, there's a lot of Lego pieces I'm probably never going to use, right? Because of my building style, I usually like to stick to a certain type of piece. But there might come a time where I use a piece that I think I wouldn't use because everything fits somewhere. But there's pieces that I would rather use than others. If you get what I mean?
Yeah, like you have a priority list of pieces that you prefer to use in your mocks. I also have a priority list.
Mm. Which I like to try and stick to greebling pieces. You know, like cheese wedges, 1x1 circular studs, tiles, all that, bricks, plates, all that kind of stuff. You know, and sometimes brackets, snot bricks. But that's about it, really. Um, I don't use, I don't do much with Technic because it's just too much fat. You know, I mean, I own a lot of Technic pieces, so they're just piling up because I don't know what to do with them. Um, it's not the fact I don't know how to use them; it's the fact that I don't know where to use them. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, which is why I came to the point with the Technic pieces in my collection that I don't know when I'm going to use them. So I do one of two things: is I either challenge myself to build a mock centered around a specific Technic piece, or I try to use Technic pieces as greebling in my existing mocks.
Yeah, like you could use them, like the bars, etc., like this. You could use them as postings. You know, like for an archway or something, or a base entrance, or have
Yeah,
them as beaming across the roof of your build.
yeah, and the thing with those Technic l- lift arm pieces is I don't necessarily use that stuff for structural integrity because most of the stuff I build is small enough where it doesn't need to be structurally sound, and it just kind of supports its own weight. But I built some space mocks that used them as some of the points of movement, and I
Yeah.
think for a space setting, because I had a whole bunch of the grey Technic lift arms and also some of the Technic adapters, being
Yeah.
able to use my imagination to make mocks that look similar to the old classic space rovers that were in all grey, where in vintage space
Well,
they got away from the all grey rovers. I had a whole bunch of just light bluish grey Technic pieces. So I thought, you know what? What if I challenge myself to try to use this as the centerpiece of this mock? And you're gonna get, and that's how I upgraded my imagination. And we talked about a month ago in one of your books, the idea book, that promotes the idea of taking a piece that's used for one thing in one theme and use it for an entirely separate purpose a for a co- for a completely different theme, like how the book suggested to use castle pieces in a space mock and use a town piece in a pirates mock. That's what I did when I included some Technic pieces in space mocks, because otherwise I would have felt bored of not having a proper use for it, and it would have just sat there forever, and I would stare at it and not know what to do with it.
yeah. Do you know what? You just came up with a brilliant idea for me to build.
Yeah. Let's hear
Space
it,
rover.
because I'm an ideas man.
Yeah, a space rover.
I built a lot of space rovers. I probably need to come up with a prototype for some standard designs of space rovers.
Just give me a second. I'm just going to share it to screen. For those that don't know what a space rover is, this is a
Class,
space. Wait, I need to add it to.
Classic Space had a lot of sets that was just a rover.
This is technically a rover, right? This is technically, but not really. It's more of a transporter vehicle or a goods vehicle.
Well,
This is
tech
more of
well,
a rover.
well technically any ground vehicle on a foreign planet is a rover.
Yeah, I guess so. Um,
If it has wheels, it's a rover, and all of that stuff has wheels.
I mean, that's pretty cool, right? What do you think
Yeah,
about
and if you see in there's some Technic pieces that they're using for the grab arms,
that? Yeah, just here. Um, then they've
and
got
and for the crane at and for the crane at the back there. Mhm.
yeah, using a uh, an axle hinge socket. So one side's got a hinge piece, and the other side has got the axle socket. But yeah, that's really cool to build. I might possibly just copy that. Wait, I can save the image, right? Yeah, no, I'll just copy it. It's fine. Um,
Yeah. So the way that I have challenged myself to use imagination, to use certain Lego pieces in ways that I otherwise wouldn't have known what to use them for, is
yeah,
how I increased the fun I was having with my stuff. But sometimes when you're not happy with your result, you can get bored of the process, and I certainly go through that at least once per month.
yeah. I mean, if I get those two sets that I was talking about yesterday, from somebody I know, as it because they were giving me two sets, um, because they just don't want them anymore, which is great that they chose that they thought of me to have them. I'm possibly going to be doing. 4 live streams today on different channels. So obviously this is the first one, right? Then I'm going to do my own, probably around 2 o'clock, possibly, in the afternoon. So in about 3 hours. Um, and then I might join JDP's stream, and then possibly, and then I'm joining X Nights at 2 in the morning. But I'm not streaming any of those to my channel, except for obviously this one, and then the one at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, and there's also something to be had with with a burnout, which kind of ties back to having too much of a good thing, because at least on my channel, videos about Lego minifigure habitats have been very good to me, and I've yielded good results from that because I had a good idea to start that series where I wanted to build minifigure habitats for the M-Tron, the Blacktron, and the Ice Planet collectible minifigures from Series 27. So I started that.
For those who are interested in Mayo's habitats, just up there.
Yeah, you'd have to point to your other corner.
That corner?
Yeah, there. Yeah, there. Well, let me do something very quickly. I'll show my face. If you see up there, those are my minifigure habitats. And so I started that series because I had a really fun idea, and I kept the dominoes rolling after that. And now if you are in the right servers on Discord, of which, if you're watching this episode from my simulcast, you'll see a link to my Discord server in the description below. You know that I have built 10 Lego minifigure habitat mocks. So now I have a triangle with 4 at the bottom, and hopefully I'll hopefully by at least Halloween, I'll have enough to increase the size of that triangle by an extra habitat at the bottom. And I think I'm at the point with my minifigure habitats where I've now had too much of a good thing, which is why I reached out to other people within the Lego community to say, hey, I've done this series. Some of you guys like what I've done. What would you like to see me build? Do you guys have any suggestions? And that's where I got the suggestion for the Jurassic Park. And my latest project was someone else's idea from one of my friends who did a mock a day challenge, and I actually entered that into a contest. I'm not going to talk about that on YouTube, but you can find it in my Discord server. And so to keep the fun with that, to keep the fun with all of that stuff, that's where I reached out to other people for their input, because their ideas challenged me to be more adventurous. And because honestly, I got bored of building them, and finding ways to challenge myself means that I'm not as bored with them. But there might be a point again where I'll feel bored of that series and try something new, so that I don't feel bored with building mocks.
Okay, I've got a question for you, Mayo. How did you build? How did you clip them all together? All of your habitats?
Okay, so if a Lego minifigure habitat that's built on an 8x8 plate has always has the wall at the back. Um, if you seen the modular sets compared to sets that came out before the modulars were invented,
Yeah.
to connect all of the floors together, they have a majority of tiles on top of each wall, and they have a minimal amount of studs to connect each floor together, but still making it easy to take all the floors off of each other so that you can reach inside, play with the minifigures, change
The environment.
change all the interior stuff. And so I came up with the design of having the two having the two ends of the wall have one stud, and the corner of the wall be a 1x2 plate. And I have it so that the 1x2 plate is always oriented to the right of that corner. And so using that same plate and tile technique for the top of the wall means that it doesn't take a whole lot of connections to attach each habitat on top of each other.
Yeah.
And when I pull up the stuff from on top, sometimes it takes off extra that one that one extra stud, so it's not a perfect solution or anything. And then when you connect stuff to the sides, you gotta make sure that you're not building straight up and down. You gotta have you gotta have a one stud offset on each wall so that it can connect together like a puzzle piece on a horizontal axis.
Yeah. So you've got support beams behind those minifig habitats to hold the top ones in place.
Yeah, I got to the point where when I got to the third layer of habitats, the weight of the walls underneath could no longer support themselves. So I actually got some of the pieces that I bought on the pab wall, because I got some wall pieces off of the pab wall, and I used them for structurally supporting the third and the fourth row of my minifigure habitats. Because when I put the third row on top, my stack would literally fall backwards on itself. And that's when I knew not only did I need to get some support beams underneath, but I also needed to put it on a base plate so I could more easily transport it around.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm gonna probably start all my minifigure habitats again because the ones I built are not much like habitats; they're more scenes. You know,
Yeah.
like I think I've only made one legit habitat, and that's the Night Trooper.
So legitimate as in following the minifigure habitat standard.
Yeah, so they've got two walls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but the rest of them are more stands for things like a spaceship, a battle scene with Doc Ock and Spider Man. Um, but then I made a stand for the Black Troll Mutant minifigure.
All of which is on your Instagram.
Yes. Which I also shown yesterday on the stream. For those who are
Yeah.
interested.
Yeah, and at the time of filming this episode, I need to get my pictures that I took of my recent minifigure habitat, and I need to make an Instagram post for that. So I'll post those pictures after this stream, before I upload my video tomorrow.
Yeah. What? So, because I'm wanting to start again with my habitats, what size plate do you recommend? 10 by 10 or 8 by 8?
8 by 8 is the standard, but some people use 16 by 16 because they like to build everything on a bigger scale. But the majority of people just stick to the 8 by 8 scale.
Yeah, because you can actually get 8 by 8 plates, right? And not 10 by 10 plates.
Yeah, well, 10 by 10 isn't a part of the standard to begin with. Mm.
Yeah.
You either go with 8 by 8 or 16 by 16.
Yeah, because obviously it's double.
There are some. I think I've only seen a handful of people who have even attempted 32 by 32 habitats.
32 by 32 habitats. It's like a
Yeah,
base.
yeah,
Like it's big enough to be a base.
I've seen a handful of people that have made a stack of 32 by 32 habitats, which is just such a big scale that isn't realistic for most of the mock builders out there.
Yeah.
And the great thing about the habitat scale is you don't have to stack it up in a triangle like what I've done. You can stack everything to be side by side, or you can stack everything to be directly on top of each other.
See, I would want to do the triangle because then it's great for a shelf. You know what I mean? So you can point it. So the shelf is like, so obviously that's the shelf, right? So the minifigure habitat is going to be like, it's going to be like that. Okay? It's going to be like an L shape because obviously what you've got up there is a right. It's like an. It's basically a upscaled version of one of these.
Yes, we
Johnny
are
G, this is alive.
we are live. We're playing catch up right now on our schedules.
Yes, because I've been struggling with my timings with things, but I think I've got it sorted now.
And I was celebrating subscriber milestones on other people's streams. I feel really happy now that the Arctic train is built.
Yeah, because you like that train, don't you? So
Yeah, because not only is it a good looking set, but there's so much mock potential. And after we did our episode 5, um, I filmed a video talking about some of the plans that I was talking about. I wanted to do with it.
I have 56 sets in instructions, but there's quite a lot of other sets that I don't have instructions for. But I own 56 sets that have all been
And you know,
sorted out.
and you know what? I'm gonna go to Brickset and log in some of my new sets, and I'll be able to tell everyone my updated set count.
Yeah, I've got a question for you. I don't know if you'll know this or not, but on Bricklink, when you do infantry, does it tell you any possible sets that you could build using those pieces in your collection?
I don't think so, but I'm pretty sure when you go to the parts list of a set, you can add. I think there's somewhere where you can add the parts list for a set into a wanted list somehow. Also, you know that Bluey Erd gift with purchase.
The rare one, yes.
Yeah. Well, I searched for the Bluey theme on Brickset, and that was top of the page. It says It says under the notes for our community, 84 own it and 509 want it.
Oh, so it's not rare.
Compared, well, the 84 that own it are probably all Australian.
To be fair, I've never really watched an Australian Lego streamer, except from yourself.
There's not as many Australian streamers out there.
Yeah, I mean, there is another Australian streamer I do watch, but he doesn't build Lego, which is Laserbeam. He plays Fortnite.
I'm going through Brickset.
Yeah, Johnny G is asking if you have been outside today.
I've only been outside to take out recycling.
Yeah. Then he asked, when does America wake up?
The US will wake up in a couple hours.
Then he said, Mayo, 1,000 avatar is disturbing.
It's an AI thing that some of us were experimenting with in the jungle.
Then he said, Mayo, you need some steps. Steps. Yeah, you need your steps.
I get plenty of steps walking around my house. I get more steps than what you otherwise would think, because I'm always moving back and forth between all my rooms that have Lego.
That'll be me soon. Trust me. Once I have my own place, right? The whole house is going to be filled with Lego, top to bottom.
Yeah, I'm just going over Brickset right now.
Like, when I'm a little bit older, if I have the money, I want to move to the US. Because they've got a lot more stuff going on around Lego. You know, like obviously stuff like Brickfest and stuff like that, and all the different Lego shows and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, that's why I like to take vacations to the US, because of all the Lego conventions.
And because British pounds is a lot more than $1. So I'd be rich, pretty much.
Well, it's not necessarily that you'd have more money. You just have the same money in a different currency.
Yes, but it'd be a lot more, wouldn't it? Wait, a pound? No, I mean $1 is more than a pound.
Yeah, but it'd be just the same amount in a different currency.
Yeah, I do get that, but US dollars eventually is going to end up for me to be a millionaire in the United States currency. Possibly.
There's different ways of thinking about all of that stuff.
Yeah. Right, Johnny G said Owen's going to be a Lego baller. Well, technically, I already am.
There's a lot of CMF stuff here. Oh my goodness.
Then he said, lol, how much is a fake $1 worth in America ATM, lol?
I have no idea what any of that means.
Yes, neither do I. Owen is our overlord. Yes, I am everybody's overlord. I'm the best mock builder since Lego's been released.
I'm not going to try to call myself something that I'm not.
You know what? No, I'm not the best mock builder. Do you know why I say that? Because there's always room for improvement. It's
Yeah,
about
that's
being
why
better
I
than yourself.
yeah, that's why I like to underrate myself because I always know that I can be better at a lot of things.
Yeah. So you're using seven 8x8s, I'm assuming, for your habitat for the bottom
Well,
layer. You're using seven. So
I've got five. No, sorry, I've got four on the first row, three on the second row, two on the first row. No, sorry, two on the third row, one on the fourth row to
yeah,
form
I
a
get that, but
triangle.
like, what's behind it? How many's behind it? Not like I don't mean habitats. I meant support beams on an 8x8 base plate.
Um, for the ones up top.
No, I meant like how can I say this? So you know how you've got that as a shape, right? How they're both going like that.
Yeah,
There's something behind it that's
yeah, it's a
underneath the top layer.
yeah, it's a triangular prism.
So there's things underneath
Yeah,
the
so
second layer.
yeah, so I can do the math. So it's 8 bricks times two. That's 16 plus the height of the plate and tail layer. So 16 and 2/3 bricks high.
16 and 2/3. So you're using two plates and six bricks.
Well, because you put a plate and tail layer on top of each to connect them together vertically.
Yeah. But for me doing that, I'm going to do something a little bit different because I am running out of 8x8 plates. So I'm using 6x6s with 2x8s. The underneath, I'm going to be using as many one by etc. Um, plates as possible underneath to try and keep it all intact and supported. You know what I mean?
You can never have too much structural integrity.
Yeah, definitely. Just trying to see how you've got that. Let me just zoom in on my computer so I can see it. So you've got one there, right? And obviously you're gonna have one here. Okay. One right there.
I'm not sure if I'm a god, but I treat bricks like a god.
Do you watch Brixie?
Yes.
You know who that is then?
Yeah.
Do you know who Badadan is?
Wait, who?
Baliban. Baliban.
No.
Interesting because he said he knew you.
I have no idea who that is. A lot of people might know me, but I might not know them.
Yeah. No, he meant in real life, like, outside of technology. He said he knew you. He said he went to school with you.
Um, I have no idea.
But like he said he knew somebody called Mayo from Australia, and I'm like, mate, you're from Canada, not Australia. So it's not even possible.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he was telling Porkies.
Yeah, because that doesn't sound believable.
No, it doesn't, does it? But I didn't want to tell him that because I'm one of his moderators.
Yeah, there's a bunch of gift with purchases from last year that I'm now adding to my inventory.
What, that you wanted to buy a lot more?
No, that I got recently in orders.
Yeah, are you going to be buying the Simpsons house as well?
No, I have no interest in that.
You don't like Simpsons, I'm assuming, or
I regret not buying the Quickie Mart. Eventually, I will buy the Krusty Burger though, because I want to make a scene from the Krusty Burger.
do you know what the issue is? They're too expensive. They're fucking
That's a
way too expensive.
that's a relative term.
See, but you know what I mean? They're expensive, aren't they?
Something can be high priced, but not being expensive if it's a good value for money.
Yeah. But like the minifigs, they're pretty pricey.
What types of minifigures?
The Simpsons ones.
Oh, I found Bricklink sellers who actually sell them for pretty cheap, which is why I bought them. I could, because that's how I got my Marge, my Bart, my Lisa, and um and my Maggie. I don't have a Homer, which is why I'd be interested in buying the Krusty Burger.
Legend Bricks. What's good, y'all? I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
Um,
Welcome to episode 6 of Brick Talk.
I've gone through a whole bunch of different co-hosts in the long term. Hey Panda.
I'm
Um,
the co-host here.
yeah, well, I don't even know what the Krusty Burger sells for. Let me go to Lego.com and see what its price is. Yeah, so it's a 330 Australian dollar set. That sounds like a set I would either wait for um an expensive gift with purchase, or would wait till there's an insider's sale on it.
So your minifigure habitats are only about that big.
Um, well, actually, they're more like yay big.
No, I meant the whole thing.
Yeah, right now the width of my stack is on the 32 by 32 base plate.
Yeah, which is basically from one shoulder to the other of myself. That's something close. Wait, a 32 by 32? One of these?
That's a 16 by 16 plate.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's a 20. 20 by 20. So
Well,
we were
then,
both.
well, that means it's not a Lego piece.
No, it's unofficial, as you can see, but it is still a plate.
Yeah, see, the way you feel about the Simpsons house, I feel about the Quickie Mart set.
See, they still sell the Simpsons house on eBay
Uh,
for
which,
£100, 90 or 100. But if they're
but
real
that's
enough,
that's not a retail set. That's a third party seller.
yeah, it's not brand new, is it? So
No, because it's a third party seller.
Lego Dimensions, you get you can get a Homer Simpson for £31 in
That is
a
way
Lego
that is
Dimensions.
way that's way overpriced because it's in a dimensions thing. All the dimensions stuff has gone up in value now.
See, I've got the dimensions thing somewhere in my house. For when I used to have a PS4.
I don't have anything for the Lego Dimensions.
It's where my Batman minifig came from. But the
I
Lego
got mine.
Dimensions itself is only £90 for the full thing, with a shitload of minifigs. But obviously, that game you have to spend money, or else you won't be able to complete it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm still cruising on Brickset. There's some stuff from last year that I'm also adding to my inventory.
He said, I hope you're playing with Lego. Johnny G said that.
Can't remember if I have that watering can or not. I'm not gonna tick that.
Well, Johnny G, I'm working on the layout of that triangular minifig. What's the word? Layout or foundation to put. I've got a shelf up here. You can see it. It's in camera line. It's just that. I'm going to take my helmets off, destroy the helmets. Well, I'll keep one of the helmets, like the Mandalorian helmet, because it's my favorite Star Wars character. Destroy the rest, sort them out, move the Mandalorian somewhere else, and then that, like on the shelf, can be. I might leave them there actually. Buy another shelf to put underneath, right? To keep all my minifig habitats on it.
Yeah, and honestly, what I'm doing is quite a boring process right now, scrolling through Brickset. But I have to do it every now and again if I want to stay on top of the management of my Lego collection.
We got Pandominus Panda here.
That's Pandemonious Panda.
Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that name.
Pandemonious Panda. Yeah, the Lego Dimensions. The Lego Dimensions theme had some of the coolest Lego minifigures ever. We got we got a Beetlejuice and Knight Rider and a whole bunch of other really cool stuff.
And some more. You also got the Ultimate Spinjitzu Master Lloyd minifig.
Yeah, I think there was some exclusive Legos IP stuff in there too.
Yeah. And obviously the discs, that they stand on, that you put on top of your PlayStation.
Yeah, because they all had those exclusive toy tags, so that the minifigure could be identified within
the game.
your gaming console.
Yeah. I think I had a total of 40 minifigs from Dimensions, but a lot of them I got rid of, like in Soul, because I didn't want them anymore, But like, would I ever play the game again? Probably not, because it's that old. There wouldn't be any meaning for it. Like, I get the old Lego Marvel games and stuff like that, but Dimensions, again, I would have to buy another PlayStation. I would have to fucking go for that route. But I've got an Xbox right now, so I'll probably be playing stuff like the old Lego movie games, Lego Star Wars, all that kind of stuff. Which I'll be doing in the future on my channel. Going to be introducing Lego gaming.
Yeah, I'm still scrolling through Brickset.
What are you doing with the rest of your day, Mayo?
I'm going to be watching sports shows, doing some gaming, and then going to sleep before some of the streamers overnight.
Yeah, like myself, etc.
And now I can untick the random packs and tick the complete collection of the Formula One collectibles, because I bought the whole collection from someone on eBay in my sitting, and I only paid 60 cents above retail to get the complete collection, so I was happy with that. And the only reason I went searching for listings like that is because one of my friends made a video about some of the Speed Champion sets that are retiring throughout the rest of the year, and apparently the Formula One collectibles are retiring in August, so I bought them before it was too late.
Yeah. I hope you're looking forward to seeing my new minifig habitats.
I'm always looking forward to seeing your new mocks, because I like seeing the mock projects that other people do, because seeing what other people are doing acts as inspiration for what I might want to do, which is why I binge watch so many people's Lego City updates, is because I want to get ideas for what I want to build.
Yeah. Do you know what? I might scrap the idea of building an alien conquest city, because there must be a reason for why nobody's done it before. There must be. There must be a reason. So I could do a diorama of some sort, possibly. Like on a stand and a scene. On a 48 by 48 base plate. But maybe I should just stick to a modern city, like an Earth city. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you had floated that idea a week ago.
What's that?
You had floated that idea with me a week ago.
Yeah. Do you think it would be cool doing the alien conquest, or do you think it would be a total waste of time and just
I
buy the
think
sets instead?
um I think it's cool to make sci-fi mocks, which is why I've made a whole bunch of sci-fi mocks.
Yeah.
And space is a part of and the Lego space themes is a part of sci-fi.
Mm. But like, not a lot of people even know what alien conquest even is.
That's because it's not one of the more popular space factions. The
Yeah.
only reason people remember the Alien Conquest sets at all was because the aliens were so cool. No one remembers anything about the actual vehicles in Alien Conquest. However, compared to classic space with the Galaxy Explorer, or Futuron with the monorail, or Space Police with the Galactic Enforcer, or Mtron with um with the uh with the particle ionizer, or Black Swan with the message intercept base and the Alpha Centauri post, or
Yeah.
Ice Planet with the Ice Station Odyssey and the Deep Freeze Defender. Like space themes like that have iconic sets that people have remembered over multiple years. Mm. However, Alien Conquest, it doesn't have as many sets for it, which means not as many people a have the nostalgia for it, and b have an interest in building anything
Mocks.
for it. However, you go to a Lego convention, you always see people building stuff for Classic Space and Blacktron and Ice Planet and Mtron. Like you always see mocks for it because the color schemes are so iconic, and there were numerous sets tied to those themes.
Hey, we've got Clicking Cliff in here. Hello, Cliff. Hope you're well.
Good morning, Cliff. Normally we don't do Brick Talk at this time of the day, but we did a bunch of rescheduling this weekend, which is why we chose to do it on an early Sunday morning. Um, because what actually the main well no sorry, Cliff knows the reasons why we rescheduled, because I had so much fun when I was building the Arctic train and the brickheads on Cliff's 3000. So once again, congratulations, Cliff, for 3000 subscribers, and thank you everyone who has congratulated me on 1,000 subscribers. And Owen, are you almost at 100 subscribers now?
Let me check.
Because when we did Brick Talk, what was that, 16 hours ago, you were
Yep.
you were at 95 subscribers.
Let me check. Because if I am, I'm going to schedule a live stream for next week.
For our 100 subscriber celebration. I need to do something before I go
A
back to you.
giveaway. I've got 95 subscribers. So as soon as I
Yes,
hit 100 subscribers, I'm doing a set giveaway.
yeah, and probably sometime this week I need to do a live stream to thank everyone for the 1,000 subscribers. And I've got other plans. I'm going to be doing for the 1,000 subscriber stuff. The big massive project is that I need to get people who want to commit to doing a 24-hour live stream with me. But also, I'm going to make a proper celebratory video. And something I want to try and do is I want to make a video with all of my sig figs in the one place, like a dedicated video of all the sig figs in my city. I think would be cool.
I mean, I would be up for it because I have got so much time on my hands. So I would be up for it to do it to be within the 24-hour stream with you for the full 24 hours.
Yeah, we hit 1,000 subscribers, I think, 4 days ago. Because I did a stream. Well, I did a couple streams, um, where um where I was at 996, and then I did a stream where we started off at 999, because one of my friends on Instagram, um, they they saw that I was at 997 when I posted a story, and so they posted. So they posted a story on their Instagram, which got me one subscriber, and so I spent about 16 hours at 999, and it was early. I think it was early morning on a Wednesday, and I was like, you know what? I'm at 999 subscribers. we'll probably get to 1,000 subscribers if we get some people talking. And lo and behold, we got there. And I get the email from YouTube. Congratulations on 1,000 subscribers. And they gave me a link to post a GIF on my Twitter X, so I did. I haven't built anything from Iron Man. Would you like to suggest I build something for Iron Man? Because I'm taking all sorts of suggestions from friends who want to request me build something in a minifigure habitat.
See, I had that idea to do it all Marvel based, right? For when I first started it, getting into minifigure habitats, I was planning on doing just pure Star Wars or pure Marvel. You know, like with every Iron Man suit.
Yeah, I know some people who build the minifigure habitats, and all they do is scenes from Star Wars or scenes from the MCU
Yeah,
because they have so many of the minifigures from those things.
yeah. I mean, I do as well. To be fair, I own a good amount. I think I own all the Avengers. Not
So
every character in Marvel, but the Avengers in particular. I've got Groot, Rocket Raccoon. So basically, a lot of the characters that was in Avengers Endgame, I own. I own Vanos with all the Infinity Stones. That at some point those stones used to be rare until they recently came out.
yeah,
Before the
because I
Infinity.
remember at one time there was a Marvel wave where to get all the Infinity Stones you had to buy 5 separate sets to get all 5 stones. But then Lego did a Marvel Advent Calendar in 2021 where they included all of the stones in that one pack.
Yes, which was very stupid of them to do, because then it's wrecking the history.
Well, it didn't wreck the history; it wrecked the collectability. But Lego is no stranger to wrecking the collectability drama with the Captain Rex.
I like Captain Rex.
Captain Rex is
Sexy Rexy.
probably yeah, exactly. Captain Rex is the sexy Rexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people might remember the sexy Rexy stream I did with Skyrim.
I watched some of it, but not all of it, because at the time the stream was, I went to sleep.
Yeah, sleep is very important.
Yes, click and clear. Thanks a lot, buddy. It's highly appreciated. And don't you worry,
Um,
mate. I'll subscribe to you as well.
yeah, because if for those watching from my simulcast, in the description there's the link for Owen's YouTube channel and Instagram page if you want to go and follow Owen. The links are in the description,
See, I'm not
and I
forcing anybody to subscribe, but I'm trying to get to 100 subs as soon as possible. For the
yeah,
simple reason that I can do a giveaway. And then once the giveaway is finished, I can plan on what I'm doing next. Regarding my channel. Because
yeah,
hitting 100 fucking subscribers in the space of 3 months is
fast.
very fast, which is showing that people actually enjoy my content. And I've got a good audience around me.
And I'm still scrolling on Brickset.
Like it took, you said 7 years, didn't you? Or did you say 9 years?
Yeah, something like that.
Like it took you 9 years to get where I'm at, and I've only been doing it for 3 months.
Yeah, that proves how YouTube has changed within the last 15 years.
Well, yeah, because there's a lot more content creators out there, Lego content creators.
Well, also there's a lot more information about how to analyze YouTube analytics.
Yeah, but obviously, a good 30 of those people that subscribe to me are from Brick Therapy.
Yeah.
So, a massive, massive shout out to all the members of Brick Therapy out there for contributing into the Discord group and as well as supporting each other's channels.
Yeah, I think I might be at the end of my scrolling soon.
We can do the stream for 2 hours if you'd like.
Yeah, because we've got a good enough conversation where we can do a 2-hour episode. So for those who haven't seen the title on my end, it's talking about when we get bored of our Lego collections. So um we went through off the top of the stream situations where we get bored with our Lego collections, and I would personally like to know other people's stories about when they get bored with their collections, um whether they're dusting their Lego, whether they're rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic, when they're sorting Lego, when they get stuck in a rut when they're trying to build a mock, when they get into a slump of doing the same thing over and over again, when they don't know how they want to organize something within their collection, when they're trying to find ideas about what to do next. There's all sorts of situations where we either get bored with our Lego collections or we feel like we've got too much of a good thing and we want to change things up to either increase our motivation or um or if we feel like we're stuck in a rut and we want to try something new to have more fun. Personally, I'm in the situation where I got where where I got bored coming up with new ideas for the minifigure habitats I build, which is why I am trying to only build habitats that are suggested by other people, which is why I built the Jurassic World one, which is why I built something for Fantastic Four. I won't reveal that until I post pictures of that on Instagram later. Someone
I
suggested
don't know what Fantastic Four is.
someone suggested that I build something for a comedy movie, and Legend Bricks is thinking about something Iron Man. Hey, Dopey Joe.
Yeah, so for how shit this sounds, I've never watched Fantastic Four.
I don't know who Joe is. Is it one
Don't
of your?
Joe. Possibly.
Is it is it one of your friends? Haven't seen you before. Good to see you. I
Possibly
like
is.
I like I like I like seeing new names in chat.
Yeah, how are you
Um,
doing, Joe? I don't know if you're new or not, because I don't think I've ever seen you in my chat either. But, oh, you're a rapper. Nice. Wait, Dopey Joe. Oh shit, yeah, he's a YouTuber. I'm pretty sure. Well, anyway, greetings. If you're the guy I'm thinking of, I swear I've been on one of your live streams.
and I'm still scrolling on Brickset. I've probably added about 2 dozen sets into my collection since I last went over my Brickset inventory. and
Yeah.
I've added about a dozen sets to my wanted list.
Johnny G's asking, is that the one with the big fig Vanos? I don't know what we were talking about, but yeah. Dope Joe says, I swear I know your channel. Probably. Mayo, your wish list, please share. So Johnny G wants to see your wish list.
Well, once I'm done editing stuff, I can share my screen from Brickset. I'm still I'm still scrolling through. There's some sets coming out in August, which I'm also
Thanks,
which I'm
Joe.
also
Also consider subscribing on Mayo's channel as well, because he is a great um, Lego. Well, actually, I'll let him tell you for what he is.
yeah, I really like to build I the pride and joy of my Lego collection is my Lego City. I like to build mocks off camera, and I like to build sets on streams. For the first 5 episodes of Brick Talk, I was building the Arctic train set. I'm primarily a mock builder, not a set builder, but I upload videos to my channel about both my mocks and sets. I'm more interested in vintage Lego than modern Lego because that's what I grew up with, and we have a lot of fun with my friends over on my channel. And we just recently got to 1,000 subscribers. So thank you, everybody.
Have you ever done a giveaway on your channel, Mayo?
Yes, I have sent people. I have sent people copies of my sig figs as giveaway prizes.
What's a sig fig? I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what a sig fig is?
No. What's a sig fig? Shall I look it up?
Yeah,
Right.
and
Scroll.
there's probably people in chat who can also tell you what a sig fig is.
I mean, it would be better if somebody explained it because, see, I'm trying to work on my layout of my minifig habitat foundation plate, which this is the same shape as yours, isn't it?
Um, except that mine is all separated. It looks like you're trying to connect stuff together.
Yeah. So the black is all going to be tiled, using obviously black tiles. Then I'm going to build the minifig habitats on them because then it's easier to travel with. You know, if I ever end up moving soon, which I am, as I keep talking about in a lot of streams, um, about me having a garage like yourself.
Okay, so I just go on to my brick set,
So
and
a sig fig
apparently,
is a minifig that represents you, a minifig that resembles you. Okay, yeah, yeah. So basically, I have a sig fig because my own minifig of myself.
well, where is it then?
Okay, let me grab it, and you can
Yeah,
tell me if it's a sig fig or not.
yeah. Also, yo, Joan. Yeah. So you know what? earlier on in the stream, we were talking about your 30 mocks in 30 days challenge, Joel, because I'm talking about the Fantastic Four mock I built. And actually, I submitted my Fantastic Four mock to your Google Forms in your
I
contest.
just answered it. I don't know
in,
where it is. I think it's in my minifigure box somewhere.
in your contest video.
Yeah, I think it's in my minifig box somewhere.
I
And
bought
I've got one minifigs, so it's going to take me a while to find them.
I bought 100 copies of my Sig Fig to trade with people at LEGO conventions.
100?
Yeah, to trade with people at conventions.
That sounds like a mental amount of money.
Yeah, it cost me 340 Australian dollars,
which is about £250. Well, how much did you say?
340 Australian dollars. It cost me.
Australian dollars and pounds. £164.
Yeah, that would be fun to see again. When I qualify for monetization, I want to commission Joel to do a collaboration about some brain rot parody content.
He's playing around. Joe is playing around with the Streamlabs.
Yep, there are commands that people can use in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me share this. I'm gonna have to you're gonna have to get your thing out of the share screen. We've done stuff together. We have fun together, and I like collaborating with my friends.
I don't know how to remove it. How do I remove it? Oh, stop sharing. There you go. And I can share it for you.
There we go. So Brickset says that I own 652 sets.
Are they the ones that you've marked down, or are they ones that you have pieces for?
It's what I own. So this is my oldest set, 224 bricks curved from the Samsonite theme, 33 pieces. Originally cost only 50 cents, but that was in 1961. This is my oldest set.
How much would that cost now?
Let me run it through the inflation calculator. So I'm going to do this separately. So I'm going to Google US inflation calculator. It'll take me to usinflationcalculator.com. And there should be a function. Actually, no, that's not it.
Okay. What's the rules regarding the minifig height? How high do you have yours, did you say?
I'm not sure. I need to do this first. So if in 1961 an item cost 50 cents, then in 2025 it would cost... No. Yeah, if in 1961... Yeah, so according to the US inflation calculator, 50 cents in 1961 today is $5.39 American. Hello, good morning, Brit and Bricks.
Oh yes, nice. We've got Sean in the house. Hello, Brit and Bricks.
Actually, it's probably just ticked over to the afternoon for you guys.
Yeah, it's 12:30 right now.
Yeah.
which I'll be getting ready for a live stream at 2 p.m. I'm not even going to schedule it because there's no point because people are going
Yeah.
to be scrolling through that time anyway. So, you know,
I I agree with that.
yeah.
Yes, these are the 2x2 macaroni bricks. So that's my oldest. So that's my oldest set, and
Because
then
that's
my
the
new,
scrolling time, isn't it? Sorry. But that's scrolling time, isn't it?
and then my newest set would be something that came out this year. So according to Brickset, technically my newest set is the ice pop tray, and this was one of the gift with purchases last week. The ice pop tray. So some of you might have gotten the ice pop tray in some of your orders from the Lego website. So technically, that's my newest set. And if I go back to the top, according to this, I own over 1,300 minifigures. I obviously own a lot more. But I wonder what my oldest minifigure is. It would be stuff from 1978 because that was when the first minifigure came out. So according to this, my two oldest ones are the red classic spaceman and the original firefighter. But there was something that one of you guys wanted to. Oh yeah, you wanted to see my wanted list. Let's see if I can find my wanted list. Um,
Oh, where's all my black tiles gone?
brick lists. No, it's not brick lists. Wanted. No, I'm not sure how to get a wanted list in Brickset. Or maybe yes, my sets. Yes, sets you want. Yeah. So I'll just scroll through all of the sets on Brickset that I've marked that I want, and you can talk about whatever mock that you're building. What mock are you building?
Me personally, minifig habitats. The layout. This is what I got so far. Which the grey is going to be the support beams for the top layer, like yours. But I'm going to be using different minifigs. I'm not copying your build, so you don't need to worry about copyright.
I don't claim copyright on any of the mods that I build.
Yeah. Obviously, because you're an inspirer, aren't you? You like inspiring people to build mocks.
Because other people inspire me.
Yeah. You become inspired and you become the inspirer.
The only reason I'm scrolling through my wanted list on Brickset is because someone in the chat requested that I do so.
Yeah, it was Johnny G.
This is one of the more controversial ones on my wanted list. The Indians. Set 215, the Red Indians. Night.
Wait, Lego did something with Red Indians.
Yeah. It's one of the more controversial things they ever did. And it's one of those sets that has not aged well.
Yeah. Now that's
Because
something
of,
I did not know.
because of social progress.
Oh shit, that's not good. My computer's on 20%. That's right, we've got 24 minutes left, it should last.
Yeah. So we'd love to hear your stories about when you get bored with your Lego collection, so we can compare and contrast.
Oh,
And if
what I do when I get bored is I try something new. I try something new to try and push myself into a different direction for that moment until I get my inspiration back for what I was previously working on.
I think honestly, when I get, honestly, I think when I get bored trying to build stuff, I go and watch YouTube videos of other people who are building stuff instead, because I don't feel motivated to build stuff myself.
Yeah, but when
It's
I
a
feel when I
YouTuber's
don't have that,
phenomenon.
yeah, so when I don't have that motivation, I just don't. Um, I tend to build sets more as well when I don't have that motivation. You know.
I'm still scrolling. This is only page 2 of 6.
Holy shit! You're gonna be there forever doing that.
Yeah, it could go on infinity forever and ever. Then the world's gonna die, and the universe will crumble.
Yep. Humanity won't be left by the time you're finished.
And then the Death Star is gonna kill the world, and the universe will no longer exist. The end. Happy ever after, everybody.
And good night, everybody.
Happy ever after. And they all lived happily ever after.
In a place far, far away.
In a galaxy far, far away, a long time ago.
Oh, I was referring to the Shrek, but you're referring to Star Wars.
Far, far away.
Yeah.
I'm a real boy, and then my nose just gets longer. And then suddenly I turn into a gingerbread man.
I'm the gingerbread man. I've got ginger hair,
And,
don't I? So
and then suddenly all the horses start flying when pigs fly.
can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
So what are the people in chat saying? Oh, and I can't see because I'm scrolling.
Well, Brick just said a lot. I'll show on screen. Lol, I never get bored with my Lego collection. Jules Brick says, when I get bored, I build the most messed up mocks possible.
Yeah, buddy.
Johnny G says, some banger sets, Mayo, on your wish list. Whole screen
Absolutely.
worthy.
Absolutely.
And then Joel says, oh, I just tried something new. Johnny G says, I think I had that 1980s fireman go-kart.
This is the one everybody wants, the Cypress tree. Everybody
Brett
wants the
says,
Cypress.
sometimes I struggle with motivation to make videos, but once I get going, I'm like a runaway train. Lol. Then Jules Brooks says 10 years later.
Yeah, exactly. 1 year later, 1 hour later, 2 hours later, 1 depth to society later, 1 eternity later.
You're dying without those media assets. You
No,
might
I
not like
just
to share it, but you are.
no, I just improvised off the top of my head.
Who knows? You might be an actor one day.
I would rather be a voice actor.
Yeah, for Anakin Skywalker, perhaps.
Well, I was actually a voice actor in one of the Mikey J Productions Castle series.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know who that
He
is.
he stopped filming more episodes for that series because he realized how much work it took to make those videos.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
There's probably some people in chat who can tell you who Mikey J is.
I'm probably subscribed to him, but I don't know who he is. Like, I've never
They
watched
make
one of his live streams.
they make they make a lot of good stuff for Castle and Pirates.
Yeah.
They have a lot
So
of
there we go, everybody.
They have a lot of Lord of the
All tiled
Rings as well.
Yeah. And then on these dark grey plates is where the minifig habitats are going to be.
So, do you have a plan of what you're trying to do with your minifigure habitats?
Nope, not yet. Again, once I build the foundation of it, then I can see.
Yeah, because I'm getting quite bored scrolling through all this, but I have nothing else to do.
Why don't we talk about any upcoming films that you're looking forward to coming out?
I'm not a movie guy, so I honestly don't know what movies are coming out. All I know is that the Lego Movie 3 is in production, and I most likely will see it in
Johnny G
theaters.
says, "Mayo, you're scrolling too fast."
If I scroll any slower, I'll put myself to sleep.
He'll give himself psychosis.
Well, there are ways of slowing down the speed of this stream.
Okay, I think it's time for a media asset for
No,
those who have been
no,
looking forward to it.
no, we're scrolling.
Paradisa, paradisa, sun is shining all day. Let us ride down to the beach, go surfing, paddling and play. We can do anything we like at the house in the sun. Paradisa, paradisa, this is where we have fun.
Sorry about that.
Also, you need to edit out the part of that where you open up the screen share and where you close the screen share. And also the start of the song is cut off because you didn't rewind properly. That's what I noticed when I was tinkering with it. I made the same mistakes in some of my old media assets.
Yeah, Johnny G says, "Ah, fuck, that hit the spot."
Yeah.
There
There are some.
set.
Yeah, there are some people who like that, like a kid in the candy store.
Well, actually, more like a dog getting his belly scratched.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Yes. He says, "Full clip, epic." Yes, I did the full clip. I can die happy now. Yes, you can. For
And
being
so,
surrounded in Lego.
and there were some Paradisa sets on my wanted list right now. So if you see anything on my wanted list that you think looks cool, you can type it out, and then Owen can read it out.
Yeah. Just say it in the chat. The set number, and I'll just look it up and put it on a big screen for you.
Because I bet you no one was expecting me to
shit.
be. I bet you no one was expecting me to actually be doing this right now.
I've run out of bricks. I've run out of grey bricks. Because we're all in that fucking science lab.
I've run out of blue bricks. I've run out of black bricks. I've still got plenty of white bricks. I've got enough green bricks and red bricks. I'm a little bit low on yellow bricks. I think I'm well stocked on pink bricks. And I don't have enough quantities of the brown bricks that I want. So I'm going to need to make part orders.
You know, when I first created my channel, the first thing that I was going to be working on was the what was it? What did Matt build? The it's Star Wars with the Wookiees.
The Ewok village.
Yes, that's it. The Ewoks, not Wookiees.
Well, they shared the same planet, the forest moon of Endor.
Yeah. I was planning on doing a mock on that.
I made a mock of the Ewok village to accommodate the forestmen from my castle sets.
Yeah, but that was until I got bored of building Star Wars.
Because your roots is in Star Wars Lego, right?
What's that, sorry?
Your roots is in Star Wars Lego.
I wouldn't say roots, but because of the machines and obviously the battle packs and the spaceships is more down my line. Because I'm a mech builder, a tank builder, heavy duty vehicle builder, starfighter builder, and I just build a lot of vehicles, just in general, air and floor vehicles. But I've built, I think, enough of those, so I can start moving on to a new topic, which is obviously going to be classic space, mocks to do with classic space, like my own space station, stuff like that. I was going to do a lot of Minecraft mocks as well.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna put the stopping point there. We're gonna stop at the year 1999. On a future episode of Bricktalk, I'll scroll through my wanted list sets from the year 2000 onwards, but the last set on my wanted list for 1999 was the Bell Met, and the first set on my wanted list from 2000 is the Santa's Truck. So I'm gonna stop scrolling with my last wanted set from 1999, and I'll scroll through, starting at my first set from 2000 afterwards. Britain says classic space, all-time favorite theme. A lot of people agreeing, because it is because classic space is one of the foundational Lego themes, and it still holds up till this day. It also says they built a few of the sets that I have on my list. The model team sets back then are what the Creator Expert and Icons cars are now. They just weren't as popular. There were. You would have seen some of the 1999 sets, like the Naboo Swamp was on there. And my all-time most wanted Star Wars set is the 2013 Ewok Village, and second would be the original 2000 UCS X-Wing.
Shit.
I struggle with motivation a lot sometimes as well, which is why I go onto YouTube and try to get myself some inspiration. That's why I've been binge watching YouTube almost every waking hour of my semester break when I'm not having fun with my friends. Good morning, Brick World. I mean, Brick Hive. Good morning, Brick World's going to be going live in 2 hours. We don't normally stream Bricktalk this time of day. We just rescheduled a whole bunch of stuff because of scheduling conflicts this weekend. And personally, I think that we've gotten more viewers than I personally expected. Oh no, good morning, Brick World today. Okay, well that's breaking news, everybody.
So maybe we could change the time of Bricktalk.
Well, the only we could put that to our audience if they would, if this is a good time, we'll put that to our audience.
Yeah, because obviously we're getting a lot of Americans and a lot of British. Obviously, maybe a couple of other places.
And some of the Australians before they go to bed. Who knows? Maybe this might be a good time, but we'll have to get more. We'll have to get more people answering.
Maybe we should do a poll. I don't know how to do one, but you could do one, right?
I'll do videos about that, asking our audience.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
So we got 6 more minutes before the end of this. I've talked about everything I wanted to talk about, and I've quite enjoyed this episode actually, just because I wasn't preoccupied trying to build something. I could just talk.
Yeah, which is good because you're free then.
But it's irrelevant it's relevant to the majority of my audience. I only have a couple people who actually watch on replay going, of which yourself and Johnny are a part of that.
Yeah, it's been a great episode. It's been great. there any last things you'd like to talk about? Because obviously we've got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, well, I think I've said all of our. I think I've said all I personally want to say, and the rest we can just share our final words about random stuff before we say goodbye.
Yeah. As you guys can see in the chat, I've got Nightbot there. So if you want to go and check out my Discord group, you can. And if you want to check out Mayo's, I think it's in his description.
Yeah, because if you're watching the stream from my end, you can see the links to all of my social media in the description below, as is the link to go subscribe to Owen the LEGO Master on YouTube and follow him on Instagram.
Yes.
And also, fortunately, today there hasn't been any bad actors or trolls.
Yes, which is good. Because we fucking hate trolls.
Some people want to see what you're working on.
Just in a second.
See, I normally try to have an opinion of all the popular stuff that people talk about.
Be useful if I didn't drop things.
Yeah, so I've already scheduled I've already scheduled my YouTube video for uploading later. I just need to do the same thing with Instagram pictures that I'll be posting later.
I'm also going to schedule episode 7, 8 later on.
Yep. And then after I'm done with orientation day tomorrow at campus, I'm going to be tidying up my Lego City, and I brought out a box from underneath my table that has some mocks that I want to put into the city. So I'll be working on that on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so that I can film that stuff for my city update over the weekend and get it uploaded on the day I go back to semester 2 at grad school.
Yeah, because you're going back to graduation school, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got 8 more days. Well, I've got 7. I've got 7 and a quarter day left before day 1 of semester 2 at grad school.
If you ever can't be bothered with the stream, the Bricktalk stream, because you're at graduation, back at graduation school, I don't mind cancelling it for a week or 2 weeks. It's just whenever you're ready to obviously stream, you know.
Yeah, I don't know what my schedule's going to be like yet. I'll have to. So I'll only contact you about that if my schedule doesn't have to change. I don't know what it's going to be like yet. I know how to use OBS. It's just that for content like this, where I want to talk with someone on stream, OBS isn't good for that. Anyway, thank you for watching episode 6 of Bricktalk. It is appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell by either watching on the mayohosko channel or the Owen the LEGO Master channel.
Yeah, I'll just quickly show my build before we end the live stream. Just quickly.
The foundation.
Yeah, the foundation is complete. Because now I've decided, because I've run out of grey bricks, minifigure habitats on those 3, and then on those 4.
Yep. So we'll see everyone in episode 7 of Bricktalk. I'm sure, Owen, you've got some streams that you're going to be doing later throughout the week. I've got videos that I'll be doing later throughout the week. So we'll see all of the viewers in our respective pieces of content. We'll see you on the next episode of Bricktalk. And personally, I'll see you in the next video.
Bye, y'all.